Hello and welcome back. We have started exploring or trying to look at the total process of building a model, a data science module. Okay, so we have loaded the regression data set, salary prediction data set, and looked at the head, looked at top 5 records, then splitted data into train test. We understood importance of random state, and then we executed describe method on data frame, which actually gave us some clue on or some error, the quality issue on lines of code. Lines of code should not be less than 0. A person would have written some lines of code, right, the Java code or .NET code, but haven't written anything. That means that column should have either 0 or greater than 0 number. So here we are seeing a negative number. That means that must be the data must be wrong, right? So we need to correct it. What we are going to do is we are going to replace all these negative values with 0. To do that, we actually need to filter out the record which have got 0 in lines of code. To do that, what we can do is I can write a Boolean expression like this: the train set of lines of code less than 0. That means wherever the value is less than 0, you will get true. Wherever the value is greater than 0, you will get false. We will get 1209 trues or falses. Okay, so wherever the value is true, the data frame will return only those records, the indexes for which where the value is true. So the outcome of this statement is going to be a series object. Let us see, right? So type of, see this, the outcome of this object is the Boolean operator, is a series object. If you try to look at the values there at the total series object, see this, falses and trues. Wherever the index is true, wherever the value is true, only those index values will be outputted when you pass it to the data frame. So I am passing this Boolean expression or the series object to the data frame. When I execute this, I get all the records which have got the lines of code negative, less than 0. So now I need to replace these less than 0 values with zeros. So how can you do that? In data frames, LOC is the method where it takes the row indexes and the column index and you can update the value. So here the data frame dot LOC of the above expression, right? The above expression is what? This is the series object where you have trues and falses, and then I need indexes only. The index is a data frame index object, and if you say values, right, you will get a numpy array. You need to pass the indexes as numpy array or a list. So we created a numpy array. If you try to look at what is happening here, right? So if I say, you have seen that part, right? That's a data frame with all the rows where the negative values are there. If you try to add indexes, right, it will give you the indexes and int64 index object it is. To extract numpy array out of it, you need to say dot values. Any series object or any other object, generally the values method will give you numpy array. So this numpy array we are passing. That means all the rows where you need to replace lines of code with 0 we passed, and then we passed lines of code as the column, right? It is these are the row indexes, comma the column index, and then the closure of LOC method is equal to 0. When you execute this statement, right, it will actually replace all the negative values with 0. If you try to execute this statement again to see whether there are any there are any lines of code records with negative, we got only header. That means all the records got replaced with 0. We have fixed one quality issue, and in the next video we are going to look at the nulls, right? Whichever columns have got nulls, we'll try to fix them. Thank you.